Yo, what up, boxing world? It's your boy T-Dub. What's blazing the sports, guys? We are here live. Listen, the saga continues. Canelo Alvarez is feeling it from all angles, guys. Ever since he tested positive for having traces of clenbuterol in his system, guys, people have been letting him have it. But at the very beginning, I might have to backtrack. At the very beginning, it seemed like it was just going to be brushed under the rug. It's nothing. It's just a little contaminated meat. Guys, just when you thought this was going to be trapped in the closet, somebody opened up the door and it's a floodgate of people pointing, sending fingers, making things happen. Guys, again, this is your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? We are here live trying to give you my live breakdown on this while I'm taking my 15 or so minutes break at work. But guys, stay with me. And on the left, you should be looking at a thumbnail that has Paulie Malignaggi. He definitely had a lot to say about Canelo Alvarez. He was sticking it to him, guys, like a doctor doing open surgery, trying to get that bullet out. He was sticking it in and trying to pull it out. T-Dub, what's blazing in sports? Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up. Guys, listen, what is your view on this? Do you believe Canelo knew about the contaminated meat? They say contaminated meat because of the traces. If it's really guilty, maybe it wasn't contaminated meat. Maybe it was something else that was put low traces in. Do you believe he did it on purpose? Do you not? What do you? Before I go on in detail, guys, about the suspension, before I go about the WBA president, before I go about HBO pulling out promotion, guys, listen. So much going in my head at one time that I'm going to try to get off on this video right here. That's dealing with Paulie, that's dealing with Canelo, but I definitely want to get your perspective on this. What side of the fence are you on? Are you on the side that he didn't know about it? Okay, give him a break. Are you on that side that says, listen, no, if you're an athlete of this caliber, an athlete that's making this type of money, an athlete that's probably the richest paid athlete in the sport of boxing, you should know all your food should be tested before it's even cooked, before it's served in your plate, especially when you know you are fighting Triple G, somebody of this caliber, where all eyes are going to be on you. You have to take accountability. Guys, what side do you fall on? Or are you on that side that you can be the side that falls on, listen, I don't believe he done it, but the fact is, because he did do it, you know, I think something should happen, but I don't think they should go to the highest extent because it probably was something with the meat. Listen, guys, let me know. Now, since we are 3 minutes in, looking at my phone, guys, I know the audio does go in and out sometimes, so let me know what do you think about it. And if you do leave a comment, it's very hard for me to read a comment on this phone. I have to go back and forth, and it's transparent. So let's do this. Guys, let's start with Paulie. Paulie was doing an interview with ES News, guys, and he opened it all the way up, guys. This is not just a regular canned goods he was opening up. It's not like you put a canned good in there, a can opener and you screw it around. There's a little bit metal left and you peel it back. This is not even where you take a knife and you just put it in the can and you just kind of cut around and open it. No, guys, he blew the lid clean off of the can, guys. There was nothing left in it. Paulie held nothing back. Guys, let's find out, what did Paulie say? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. All right. Found something, guys. Let's get it. There's a lot of things I don't say anymore in boxing, okay? There's a lot of ish going on in boxing. If you took a failed drug test for you to actually think that Canelo was just starting to be dirty, watch bowling, bro. Don't even watch boxing anymore. If it took a failed drug test for you to realize Canelo was on something, that's like thinking Lance Armstrong was clean just because nobody had caught him back when he was winning 17 Tour de France and going to the Appalachians and flying when everybody else was slowing down. Woo! I think it continues somewhere else, guys. Give me a second. Oh, it does. If you're that stupid That's like thinking Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa was clean when they was running through those home runs, even though before they came out, they got caught. If you need a failed drug test, realize some guys are cheating. You are effing moron, and you should knit for a living. Guys, he said you should knit. Go somewhere, find a big needle and some yarn, and figure it out for a living. Instead of watching sports for a living, thank you. I'm staying off of that. He said, I'm staying off of that. I think you said enough, Paulie. I'm staying off of that because every time I say something like this, it creates a big to-do and whatnot. I'm done with this conversation. Listen, guys, you just heard it. Paulie did not hold back at all. Matter of fact, he opened up the floodgates and let the flood out. Question is, what side of the fence, again, do you go with Paulie on this issue? So let me check real quick. Give me a side while you're typing. All right. Let me know, what do you think? What do you don't think about this? And we're going to touch on HBO, guys, stopping promotion right now until there's a decision made about the suspension. HBO is like, listen, we cannot have our capital tied up in promoting a fight that may not happen. Now, Triple G is still like, listen, if I fight Canelo on May 5th, if I don't fight him on May 5th, I'm still fighting on May 5th. So maybe they will work something out with Triple G. The fact is, who will he fight? Who would take a fight that late? Because if Canelo hearing is not until April the 10th, remember this is a temporary suspension. If it's not, his hearing is not to April the 10th, who is going to take it? Because are they going to make a decision on April the 10th, or will they take a few days, and think about it before actually putting out an official suspension? Again, it's your boy T-Dub was Players in the Sports, guys. All right, so what I'm going to do now, guys, is touch on the WBA. That's what I believe has something around here. Give me a second. Let your boy navigate. All right, guys, so this is an article right here. I actually got this from Boxing Scene. Check them out, guys. It looks like the WBA president, Canelo, is innocent. NSAC hearing is a bit unfair. So, guys, you already know what side he is on that one. The WBA, like, listen, I need Canelo as my president, as my champion. I need it. All right, so let's find out what did he say. WBA president, guys. And honestly, I guess I really haven't been paying attention to a lot of presidents, but do they tend to get into issues like this, or do they let it just resolve itself? I mean, do they come in and just say and vouch for a fighter? I'm not saying suspend a fighter. We've seen fighters suspended. We've seen belts get stripped, but have we seen any president that come out and just basically vouch and says, I know this guy is innocent. I know it. I watch him train 24/7. He's good. Or is this a rare incident where they just, they doing it just for Canelo? That's another thing to think about. So let's get to what the president says. Give me a second as I pull this article and let's find out. Here we go. I was a little surprised about the Nevada decision. I am positive that Canelo is innocent because he had a long career where he never had any positive results. Some strange things have been risen this week where Triple G is talking about Canelo's muscles, about injections, muscles and injections. What is all this talk about? With respect to the commission, I think they had to handle it immediately. I am very pleased that a test result of mid-February was analyzed later that month. I feel that it is a little unfair and that making a hearing on April the 10th because Canelo had a negative in his subsequent drug results with the last one done on March 17th. Guys, man, reading like that sucks. So let's get back to the rest of it. Just a little bit more left looks like it. Let's see. I think that due to the process of the commission was to attack the case immediately. Why? Why? Because it seems they are reacting to the comments of Canelo and Golovkin from a prior week. Do not understand this, because if the commission already has the drug test results, they came after the adverse results of Canelo. So while they mention it temporarily suspension, they could make a decision on all this privately. Why raise this publicly? You say that they are going to make a temporary suspension when it's just as easy to make a definitive suspension. If they had enough evidence to make a decision, it would seem strange. Strange to me. Guys, all right, let's get to it. You already see right now the WBA is going to ride and die with Canelo. The HBO said, listen, I don't know what's going on, but we're going to pull our promotions. We're not going to promote the fight if the fight could be in jeopardy. We got Triple G basically saying, listen, I'll fight Canelo dirty or not dirty. I just want to fight if he does get suspended for the May 5th Cinco de Mayo fight. It's all cool. I'm still fighting that day, which, guys, that would be pretty crazy since Canelo has said those are my days. Canelo was fighting hard to get those days, that May day and September date from Floyd Mayweather, and he finally got it, guys. Those was his dates to fight on, and now you get something like Clint Bruderall that could at least jeopardize this first one. Now, the big question is, guys, let's talk about the temporary suspension right now. I think this was done in an openly. I will say that about the one WBA. I will say this. Maybe he is right about why they're making it so public. They're making it public because Triple G has not been quiet about it. He has been talking to a lot of different outlets in the media to try to get attention to this. Something needs to be done. So I think this is a direct answer to Triple G. Since fighters in the past have been caught with Clint Bruderall in their system, but I believe they were punished in some type of way. Earl Morales and many other fighters that is from Mexico and claimed that they got Clint Bruderall by eating the meat. Something that happened. Some fighters might have got stripped. Some might have got suspended. Something happened. In this case, when Canelo got caught with it in his system, it looked like they was trying to just sweep that under the rug, maybe erase something like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to get that out of here. But guys, people kept bringing attention. YouTubers, small like myself, and even the big ones that have over 100,000 subscribers or 200,000 was not quiet on this, and they kept talking. So if I believe in the commission felt, all right, guys, we have to do something. It's going to show that we're showing extreme favoritism to Canelo. What can we do? What can we do? Well, you can put out a public that we're going to temporarily suspend him. No, we're not going to full suspend him now, all right? Because we're going to make that money. I mean, we got to get that cash May the 5th. So we're going to call a meeting April the 10th. We're going to let him talk. We're going to believe him, all right? We're going to question him. We're going to lecture him like he's a kid. You can't do this anymore. You got to watch the meat you eat. You're an athlete. You got to do this, all right? All right, now listen. We're gonna lift this temporary suspension, all right? If that's okay with you, and we're gonna fine you $1 million. Now, if that's a little too much, let us know. We'll take it down to about $200,000 or $300,000. You can make installments on it, all right? let me stop. All right, guys. So, just want to break the news to you guys. Remember, do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe, guys. I only grow with 8 subscriptions, so I appreciate it. Become one with what's blazing land and find out what's blazing in boxing anytime your boy T-Dub goes live. Listen, I always make it do what it do, better yet, what it does.